In this video, I wanted to bring you behind the scenes and show you inside the world of my CRM so that I can show you what elements you need in your CRM to create massive success. One thing I coach everybody on inside my mega team is this use of a foundation phase in your business. This is the ability to have a home base where everybody that you can contact has a plan, has tasks, and you're building contact information around. And in my case, I use Lofty. I'm at Real Broker. We have a discounted opportunity at Lofty. I've used many over my years: BoomTown, Real Estate Webmasters, Agent Locator, Realty Ninjas, KVCore. All of these things are all home bases for you. We use this as a maintenance opportunity. If we don't have something in our business where everybody gets put, if you have no home base, you're going to be spinning your wheels constantly in this business. So first and foremost, you need to have this in your business. The goal in my case is to do this. I've shared this before. It's the highest percentage of people that I know that I can contact, that know me, that can contact me, will use my real estate services. And I teach to this, and I'm currently doing this inside my Redline world. But what I wanted to show you today is behind the scenes of some of the CRM setup. And this is what I wanted to drive right into. Let's get right into it, right? What is a CRM and why should we use it, right? The CRM, if you look on the screen here, we're going to talk about a few things. I'm going to show you on the inside of how this works. To properly manage your database, you need to be able to do a few things. And if you think about some of the free services you get from your board, or if you're currently using Outlook or Gmail, or you're maybe using a separate program like a Trello or a Monday, those are all great. But in reality, to properly manage your real estate business as a realtor, to make it so that every year gets easier, we want a CRM that can do these things. Now, let me go into a test lead. We use another platform called Curator, and I'm inside of Lofty here, as you can see this. And I wanted to walk you through this. When we meet people, talk to people, a big piece is, originally we've learned something about them, and you need a place to take notes. You don't have this in your Outlook. You don't have this in many of the simple CRM tools. So in our case, if I had met this lead, I could go log a call, I could log a text, I could log an email, or I can just log a note about Johnny, Sally, whoever I met, right? So this is important. You want it out of your head into something that you can go back to. Some common things that I would use, if I'm out showing with somebody and they're in my CRM, and maybe, you'd take them around in your car. What if you knew the type of coffee they made, right? What if you learned that they have 3 kids, right? What if you figured out that they're also a skier, or they're a hockey player, or they're a past engineer? Whatever it is, you're going to want to take notes, because I know you're going to forget about this over time. So again, this is what it would look like. You would post a note and you would add it into the system, right? I was just like test, right? Add note. Now it can be recalled next time you do it. You can see that you can pull up in my CRM here, just as simple as these are all the notes, and I wanted to see what I know. The other thing about a CRM, friends, is we need to build it in, put in important dates. So if I go here to the details, this is some simple information, right? The name would be up here, phone number, email, But if I went into details, you can see something. There's some standard details, but typical CRMs like this have no end of opportunities to put more and more things. So what would be some important dates? Maybe you've learned their birthday. Maybe you know their buyer home anniversary date. These are all key things it would use. Look, coffee is in there. Close date, like when did they close on the property? The drink, their favorite drink, their kids' names, mortgage renewal date. These are all things that you can use. Now, any CRM that is good allows you to do other things. So there's going to be some predetermined things that come with the plan. But if you go in here, we want to be able to make custom fields as well. So I believe you need a CRM that can allow for these customization. It's so important because every one of us runs a different business. We all deal with different lead sources, right? The CRM can tag that, right? We all have different hobbies, right? And passions and backgrounds. So why not make all of your efforts into a CRM that allows for you to customize it, right? We can segment them into groups as well, right? So another major key that I want you guys to understand is there can be groups based on sources of business, right? So again, based on how you've met them, you've got tags and you've got sources. So again, the sources of business could be anything from your agent website, any other things you've got, geographic farming, maybe you've run a Google Homes. But again, tagging to have this allows you to pick up and then search and filter this list so that you can send a specific message to that group, right? And that's the important part about this. Right. And another couple of things that we like to talk about is, in Lofty, they use a term called pipelines. In different platforms, it's different things, but you can see the pipeline at the top is basically the status. You want to know what source of business your people have come from. So we need to know the source, right? But we also need to know, to tag them to specific groups, i.e. hockey dads, right? But we also need to know their status. And in the case of Lofty, that's pipeline. Where are they in the consideration spectrum? To buy now or buy later. Where are they on this spectrum? And the pipelines in this case would be new, I'm qualifying them, they're active, they're long-term, hot, warm, nurture. And these would be all things that we would want you to have. Now, the other thing is, again, I have it on the screen here, that we need to have in our CRM, because again, if you make the notes, you generally know a next step. And this is a key thing for CRM management, is understanding what is next. So if I go back into my test lead, right, you can go ahead and create tasks. And if your CRM doesn't allow you to do this, i.e. boom, let me click this. I can write a description, right? Call them back after their vacation, because you learned something about them, and you can set an email, you can set a call, and you can set it for whatever time. Again, you can imagine if you're using this every day with everybody that you ever meet and you can contact, and you used your CRM and you started to do things like task management, you could see how much more important and impactful a CRM tool that can do all these things is for your business than, again, just running Outlook, calendars, but not something that talks and you can create this level of detail. So again, that's me kind of just walking you through a simple demonstration, right? But you need to have a home base to work from, and we need to be able to put your effort into it. And that is the key to CRM management. Now, if you're one step before this, I always ask people to think about, if I don't have a CRM yet, but we want to gather people from certain places. I want you, and I've said this in other videos, consider your old email accounts. Your phone itself has so many contacts that you have never put somewhere else beyond your phone. Business cards that you've picked up or met at an event, or you grabbed in the past. Contacts for your kids, current emails, notebooks, sticky notes, all of these things are places that you can do it. And every system will have an ability to do a batch import. This is, if you see on the screen here, this is how Lofty allows for it. You would create a CSV file or an Excel file of a series of things that you would put everybody into one place, and then you would use the system to upload it. This is, again, a sample file of the inputting that is available and all the customization to load into this CRM. So if I do all the hard work to go back and gather, and I do gather all the contacts, I know I can lean on an import tool for these great programs to allow us to do it. When you import, you're not going to get the editability and the custom fields, because most of the import files don't allow for that, which is okay, because then when you manually go ahead and create some tasks for the people, you're going to be able to add in the things like any custom fields that are specific to your business. And again, I've said this in other videos, friends, but I wanted to give you this concept, and I wanted to show you behind the scenes in my CRM so that you can see the power beyond some of this theory, so that then maybe you can understand why, with repeated use, with tasking and creating structure, recording all your information, adding all your people to one place becomes maybe more tangible now that you've seen it inside of things. Now, of course, you can do other things. You can create automation within these plans. So in Lofty, they call it a smart plan. And I could go ahead and add a smart plan. And you can see most of these systems have smart plans set up already that maybe the system's created or other users have self-generated. And the beauty of a smart plan is you can create one plan of action per lead source, right? So you have a action set for, say, open houses. Well, if your system is smart and it has these opportunities, you would create a series of tasks that would be auto-created like this. So if I click on this, it says 1-year market report follow-up. This is just what the system is asking. It's going to send an auto email after 60 days. It's going to wait 60 days, send another email. That's the email. It's going to wait another 65 days. It's going to create this other curiosity-based email, and on and on and on. So every one of these, if we create a plan that you're going to live in your business, now with a proper CRM, you have a tool that allows you to create it and have it automated. And that is so key for an agent's success, especially as we meet more and more people. You know, what I did for Redline is I created a simple new contact sphere plan. And if I click on it, what I did is I created checklists to say that when somebody is newly added to their sphere, I want them to go ahead and input all contact records. I want them to create a to-do list, providing a personal item of value. I want to input all necessary notes and thoughts. And imagine if you meet a new person and you took the time to put them in your CRM now that has a smart plan that's been enabled because you said, when I meet somebody here, I will do all these things for them, but I just need a reminder. And that's what this is. Day 1, day 30, day 15 after, 30 days after, 30 days after, 30 days after. And this plan goes out for 391 days. If I didn't have these reminders set, and if I wasn't using my CRM, there is no way I would remember, and very likely, like I started at the beginning, I wouldn't have the attention share so that when they're ready to put their hand up to say I want to buy or sell, that they come to me, right? And that's why I keep pushing so hard to have your CRM that has these capabilities. So then for you, it just becomes a calendaring exercise. You want to go to your calendar, you want to see when is this going to work for your business, and you're going to have to start marching it. And what I want you to know is that this sounds like a big elephant, right? What we've covered already today. We want to find what's most important for you. Is it just gathering everybody into one place? That's what I want you to do. If it's I have them gathered, now I want to work on the upload, then you do that. If it's I'm already in the system, but I need to massage and create those custom fields and start getting better with adding those notes, that's where you play. But if you're listening to this video and you realize I don't have a CRM at all, well, again, I would highly suggest you look into finding one that works and it has all the capabilities that I'm talking with you today. Again, that's my video, Inside the CRM, how to make it happen. You go do this now in your business.